Aloha Gemini, welcome to White Shadow Spiritual Advising. My name is BriaBogatin, and today we'll be doing your March monthly tarot forecast, tarot reading. Now I have had feelings about the month of March for quite some time now, so I think this is going to be a very important month. The word that always comes to my head is opportunistic, whatever that means for you, however that presents itself to you. This is going to be a month that I feel has a lot of milestones that is going to end certain things that we need to be ended. And so far, there's a lot about intentions that are coming up in these monthly readings for the month of March. And your own intentions specifically, really getting back into alignment with that and questioning what that even means for you. My third eye is just extra shiny today. All right, so you can check out your sun, moon, rising sign if you so please with these videos. You can really check out any placement within your birth chart in regards to these videos. Down below, you can find information to my social media pages, White Shadow Spiritual Advising on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not using the Facebook anymore though, but all of my information is still on there and you can still contact me through that page, but the daily tarot readings and everything else is on my Instagram. Yes, so also down below, if you feel compelled, if this reading really brings you some good guidance and blessings, you can send me a donation or a tip for the free guidance I'm offering you guys. So therefore, my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App is down below. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for everyone that has donated to me and sent me a tip. It means more to me than I can really describe. It honestly, you know, this stuff, it just makes my day, okay? All right, Gemini. So I am a fellow Gemini, so what is up, all right? So I'm gonna say this, Geminis, the unfulfillment that you are feeling is coming from an ignored aspect of yourself. Okay, so there's an aspect of yourself that you are neglecting. It's you. It's not the other people around you. It is you. You are ignoring an important aspect of yourself, whether you are not realizing it, whether you are willingly doing this. There's something within you that you have been pushing to the side or not realizing it's as important as it actually is. So the unfulfillment is truly fulfillment only comes from our connection to the Creator. It only comes from our connection to ourselves, our higher power, our higher selves. However, it feels like to me, Geminis, that the boredom, the discontentment, you know, first card, Four of Cups, which represents that. And this card perfectly represents what I was just saying, because you see this man and he has these 3 cups there. There's nothing wrong with those cups, right? But he's like just sitting there like bored, and he has a hand coming out of the cloud offering him another cup, and he's not even paying attention to that. So this can even be a missed opportunity, but there's something within you that you have pushed to the side, and you guys really need to meditate and reflect on that to figure it out if you don't know it. If you do know it, you need to dive deeper. When you figure it out, you need to dive deeper, because it's something that is more, again, it's more meaningful than you think. It's an aspect of yourself that is meant to blossom. It's meant to flourish. It's meant to become something new and something that's more rejuvenated, because something happened in your past that made it one way. And I feel it's always been going in your mind, and it's not that way anymore. And you have opportunities to really solidify that, and you are kind of ignoring it. So you have to really configure it within yourself first before you can fully move forward and embrace the opportunities that can really heal that aspect of yourself. With it being the Cups card, I will say, and I honestly, when I was seeing these cards, and I was just, you know, delivering the message, I feel this comes from sexuality. And now that I'm realizing that you were receiving 4 cups of the cards, 100%, this is within the area of sexuality, creativity, relationships, connections, emotions, spirituality, psychicness. whether it was a trauma or a negative experience or a certain mindset you had, or just something that is immature, something that isn't fully developed, or a mindset, a practice that you had that worked in the past, but it's not working anymore. And that's why you're feeling that discontentment and feeling that unfulfillment. And I honestly feel like you guys have been pointing the finger outward and not inward. You know, maybe blaming the fact that you're not in a relationship, or blaming the fact that you're in a relationship but it doesn't seem entirely fulfilling to you, or in certain ways, or blaming the fact that maybe you're bored within your spiritual modalities or your career. But I really don't think it's career, honestly. It might be career for some of you, but I feel that this has to do with family dynamics, relationships, again, emotions, desires, passions, stuff like that. And I feel like this opportunity has stuck around for a while, and you're about to get a little bit of a fire under your ass to get you going again, because it's just like you're ignoring things. I don't know why you're ignoring things. I honestly feel like it has something to do with something that happened. I want to say like maybe 10 years ago. The time 10 years ago comes to my mind. So maybe think back to 10 years ago, what was going on. Me going back in my head real quick, thinking back to 10 years ago, I can immediately pinpoint something that could lead me to relating to this message myself. So reflect on that. Think about that. I don't think it's something detrimental. I think it's something that's trying to mature, is what I'm feeling really strongly. Yes. Okay. So with the Four of Cups, you know, like I was saying, discontentment, boredom, missing an opportunity because of the discontentment and boredom. Now's the time to write the gratitude list. You know, stop focusing on what is not working and focus on what is working. Focus on the blessings, and open yourself up to receiving. You know, maybe you've been drained by giving so much, and now you really need to receive that energy. You know, when you are in intimate spaces with loved ones, really receive that energy to help to fill your own cup. When you are really in a creative space or a meditative space, really receive that energy. When we don't, for example, if we go into meditation, and I always try to encourage people, like, don't just go into meditation like, oh, I'm just going to meditate. Go into meditation like, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to lay down, I'm going to relax my body. Set the intentions and be strong in that. Intentions are the theme of March, and we're already about 8 minutes in, and we have 4 more cards. So I try to pull four cards about for every sign. You guys got 5. So Geminis, I would recommend you guys to go get readings, whether it's from me or someone else, because there's a lot to say about this, obviously. So next you are receiving the 6 of Cups. I'm going back again to something that happened about 10 years ago, or something that happened in your childhood, in your adolescence, or just in your younger years. That's what the 6 of Cups represents. You see the children here. So if you're, 40, thinking back to when you were 30, obviously you were more immature then. And, there was some sort, we always have an adolescent energy no matter how old we are. We always have childish ways no matter how old we are. But also, if you're older, maybe 40, thinking back to 30, if you had kids during that time, reflect on that, because it may have something to do with your kids and interaction that happened between you and your kids that has now progressed into what I'm talking about now. If you are, 20 years old and you're thinking back to when you were 10 years old, then obviously what I was saying in the beginning, that's what's applying to you. But it can be children around you in general, siblings and stuff. The 6 of Cups can very much point towards romanticizing the past life connections even. There's something about the past that is coming out really strongly in this, that I think you guys haven't put that connection together. It's a miss. You guys haven't put the pieces together entirely, and I feel that this is what this reading is doing for you. So the 6 of Cups, children, childlike innocence, childlike joy. Are you connected to your inner child? Now's the time to really ask yourself that. Thinking back, reminiscing, even the essence of nostalgia can come out when it comes to the 6 of Cups. So this is all playing an effect on this. And again, I don't think you guys realize the dynamics. So really reflect on that message. And again, romanticizing the past, and not even just romanticizing it, but also maybe making it out to be worse than it actually was, or just something that it wasn't. Again, in a adopted way of doing things, an adapted perspective, whatever, you know what I mean, a perspective that you embrace because of something, an action you embrace because of something that happened about 10 years ago, has led to this here and now, has led to this feeling of emptiness within a certain aspect of your life that is aligned with the element of water. That's what the cups represents, the element of water. So again, emotion, spirituality, sexuality, subconscious energy. Pay attention to your dreams, especially with the subconscious energy coming out, because that will help to expose it as well. Especially for Gemini moons. Yeah. All right, so 2 of Pentacles. I'm seeing distraction with this card too. And look at this. You see distraction, right? And even this, I don't really ever see this card as distraction, but you know, she has her back turned to that cup. So I'm just getting that essence of distraction. You not paying attention to a certain aspect of yourself. And this can go even further into the distraction, paying too much attention to your job, keeping the status quo when it comes to your kids, school, helping your kids with school, cleaning your house, stuff like that, the physical essence of life. The mundane, you're being distracted by the mundane is what I am feeling. And you know, he's doing a good job at, you know, balancing these pentacles, which pentacles is the earthly realm, again, the mundane. And so, but behind him is that raging sea. What were we saying? The element of water, right? So the raging sea, element of water representing, again, the aspects of the element of water. Like I was saying, he's not paying attention to it. So, you know, if he's not paying attention to a raging sea, he might just drown. You know, that might be a tsunami and he might not even realize it. And, you know, it's like festering. The 2 of Pentacles is the energy of festering because it's not being taken note of. So there's something that you need to pay attention to, lest it starts to combust and explode and fester, and then it's really hard for you to manage. So you guys really need to pay attention to your inner world during this time. Pay attention to what is happening within your mind, within your heart, within your soul. Don't just push it off as like that, you know, negative inner voice is what I feel I want to say to Geminis. Don't just push it off as that, because it's coming from something different. It's coming from an actual event. You know, we have irrational thoughts and, you know, irrational negative thoughts, that of course. But what I'm sensing from you guys is that you have, you think about the same thing. You're calling it an irrational negative thought, but it's actually coming from something, coming from somewhere. And you have to do the inner work to rectify that within yourself, and then you'll be able to find and discover and fulfill the fulfillment that you're seeking. This is the answer to the fulfillment that you're seeking in the area of water, the initiation of water, right? So pay attention, Geminis. Pay attention to the way things make you feel. And, you know, I just feel like what I'm sensing is that you guys are kind of be like, well, this isn't enough. But I think it's not enough because of you. I think that you are expecting something from someone and you're constantly wondering why it's not being fulfilled in the way that you want it to be. And the problem is you. That's what these cards are saying. And the problem is you is because it's stemming from something that happened like 10 or so years ago. I don't know whose grandmother's stepping through, but I feel a grandmother spirit around me, which a lot of people probably have grandmothers around. Maybe it's my own grandmother, I don't know, but I feel a grandmother spirit around. Maybe what I'm sensing is the grandmother energy of just like our earth, you know? Yes, that older motherly, grandmotherly energy that is so nurturing. I feel that it's maybe what you guys need and why I felt that. And so you can connect to your passed on loved ones in order to feel that energy more around you. But the wisdom of the crone, the wisdom of the grandmother is trying to present itself to you during this time. I feel like that's what you need, that energy of an experienced older person, an older woman, a grandmother, talking to your own grandmother about it, or talking to a grandmother figure in your life about what you're feeling or sensing, because they have so much life experience that they will be able to understand and also not judge you, right? So the last two cards you're receiving, Gemini, is the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I mean, these cards are so exciting and happy. I mean, there's so much water energy here. Your intuition is so beautiful and exuding in such beautiful ways during the month of March. And Gemini moons keep coming to my mind, honestly, very strongly in this reading. Anyways, but the Nine of Cups is the card of wishes. The Ten of Cups is the card of happiness, joy, contentment, especially in the family dynamic, within your intimate relationships, your connection with your loved ones, pretty much. And there's a completion happening with these cards. I mean, especially with the number 10. The end of March, you know, once you figure all this stuff out, mid to end of March, I should say, because I do feel it in the middle of March as well, the Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups energy, you're going to be like, cup runneth over, because you're going to figure out that missing element, that missing key, that aspect you've been ignoring. It's going to be like a light bulb moment, and you're going to be like, oh shit, everything I've been wanting is actually right here. I've just kind of been neglecting an aspect of myself. And it does have to do with the inner child. Again, I'm going back to that. So on the other side of this is your manifestations, Gemini, is the life that you want, the happiness, the joy that you want, the family life that you want. And children, again, for those of you that have children or want children, that the relationships with your children will be very blissful and harmonious during the month of March, mid to end month of March specifically. If you want children, that opportunity is certainly stepping into your life during this time. If you want children, have been trying for children, month of March is when I feel like you will have a major breakthrough. If you've been trying to you know, have a baby and been having trouble, I feel the month of March is when you're going to get pregnant. March, April, around time, that's a spring energy as well. The energy of spring coming forth, everyone gets pregnant, right? The energy of fertility. So this is an ideal time if you're trying to have a child, Gemini, for you to really manifest that. And if you have been having trouble having a child, if you've been trying to get pregnant and you can't get pregnant, it's happening because of what we were discussing in the beginning of this video. Because remember, we have to be a certain person within a certain energetic space in order to receive the things that we want. So keep that in mind. This video is getting really long. Go see a reader. Go get a reading, Gemini. And this essence is beautiful. This is the blessings. This is the miracles, the healing, the harmony, the peace. This is everything that you want right here. And it is on the other side of that unfulfillment that you can actually fill yourself. All right. So good luck to you, Gemini, and many blessings.